Hello and welcome in my cooking channel Czech Cookbook. Today I'll be making a sauce, and this is with carrots and peas, and it's very popular. Growing up, this is one of the sauces that I enjoy so much, and it's super easy, it's cheap, and it's healthy. So that's a great combination, right? When I went last time I visited Czech Republic, I stayed a little longer, which was not planned, but I stayed 9 months with my parents. And it was super fun. It was amazing to see my family, and they wanted me to make this dish so many times because they enjoyed it so much. So I hope you give it a try. And what we need is carrots, and here I have 3, I guess, large carrots. Or if you have a small mini carrots, you will need 3 cups. And this on a weight is 10 ounces. So just 10 ounces of carrots, which ones you prefer, which ones you have. Then we will need 1 tablespoon of butter, 3 cups of water, 1 teaspoon of salt, and a little bit of pepper. And this will be our first part when we will be cooking the carrots to soften up. And then the next part, we will need 5 tablespoons of butter. And when I use butter in my cooking, I always use unsalted. So use unsalted butter. Then we have 1/3 of a cup of all-purpose flour, and here we have a whole can of peas. These are already cooked, so we will not need to cook it for a while, for a long time. So this is a whole can, which is 15 ounces, or 1.5 cups if you want to put it in cups. Then we have salt. We will need 1 teaspoon. And this is the sea salt. I always use sea salt in the recipes. And then we'll have sugar, 1.5 tablespoon of sugar, granulated. And then we will need fresh juice from the lemon, and that will be about 1 tablespoon. So let's start with this yummy recipe. And also, as a side, you can choose any side you would like of the potatoes, because it really goes well with potatoes. So if you like mashed potatoes, or whatever side you prefer. I will be making hard-boiled potatoes, and that's one of the sides I have. And also I will be doing a hot dog. So I'll roast it, or kielbasa, whatever meat you have, or you can also do cooked beef. But a hot dog is a little easier. So let's start. First we will need to cut our carrots on smaller pieces. And I already peeled them and washed them. You just want to cut it like this. And if you are at the bigger part, what I do, I just cut it like this and cut it this way. So it's a smaller pieces and not big circles. So I'll be cutting now all the carrots. 3 of them, which is 10 ounces. Carrots are cut, but now we need to start cooking our potatoes. So before the sauce is done, our potatoes can be soft and we can serve it all at the same time. So I will start boiling the potatoes. Here we have the pot with the carrots, and in the back I'm cooking my side dish of potatoes. And if you want to check out how to make them, then check out my video. I will put the link in this video in the description, so you know how to make it. Now we'll turn on a flame on high, and we will put 1 tablespoon of butter, and you will wanna roast it a little bit. So just try to melt the butter. Butter is now melted, and as you see, the carrots are nice and shiny. And this is good now to add more stuff. So we'll be adding 3 cups of water. And I'll put the flame on high, on the highest. Let's add 1 teaspoon of salt, a little bit of pepper, stir it, and now you will want to bring it to boil. Let's put the lid on. This way it will be faster. The carrots are starting to boil now. And you want to have the gentle boil, so lower it, put the lid back on, and just make sure that it's still boiling for 10 minutes. And while we wait for the carrots to be soft, we can already get the water out. You can use a strainer, or I just close the lid like this and just strain it like that to the sink. And also we will be making our roux, so we are ready when the carrots are ready. Meanwhile, before the carrots are done cooking, let's make a roux. So I will turn on the flame. And we have here 5 tablespoons of butter. We will need to melt this butter, which might take a while, and you can just try to cut it on smaller pieces with your wooden spoon. Make sure that you don't burn the butter, because that would not be good. So have it on a lower flame a little bit, on medium, and stir it a little bit. No wonder this sauce is so tasty if we have so much butter in it, right? So now we have melted butter, and it starts to bubble. And we will add 1/3 of a cup of all-purpose flour, and we'll be making our roux. So you will want to stir it, and we want to give it a little color because it has a better flavor with that. And the carrots will be done about 3 minutes, so this is a good timing. It's kind of beige, light brown, and that's what we want. So this looks good. Takes about a minute, I would say. Now this is great, so I will turn it off and wait for the carrots to be done. Another thing I recommend to prepare ahead of time before the carrots will be done is to squeeze the lemon, and so we can use the 1 tablespoon when we need it. 10 minutes is done, and our carrots for sure will be soft. So I'll be now adding the roux. I like to scrape it and prepare it, because then when I put it in, you should stir it fast so you don't create the clumps. Now you want to stir it so we have a smooth texture. Now we'll be adding our can of peas, so add the whole thing. It's nicely thickened up, so I'll put it lower, the flames, because we don't want to, now it can bubble up and shoot on us or stove, and it also hurts, so be careful. So I just lowered it, the flame, and we'll be adding 1 teaspoon, another teaspoon of salt. Now we have 1.5 tablespoon of sugar, and I'm using granulated cane sugar. Here is the other half. And lastly, we'll be needing 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, which makes it perfect flavor. We will stir it all, and we are just about done. The potatoes are not done yet, so I recommend starting with the potatoes as a first thing before we even start making the sauce or peeling the carrots. Just put the potatoes on a stove and let them cook, because they take longer than a sauce. Or about the same time, but I started to put the potatoes a little later. Now I want to bring it to boil a little bit. So it's boiling now. I brought it back to boil, and we are done. Now we can turn it off, and that's it. So it was super easy, it was fast too, and it's delicious. So I'll now turn it off and wait for the potatoes. And don't forget to put the cover back on to keep it warm. Now we will be frying our sausage, or kielbasa, or hot dog, whatever you have. I got this smoked chicken sausage. So I will do it, but first let's put a little bit of oil on the pan. I will just spray it with, I use olive oil, it's okay. And now what I like to do is cut you can roast it as you wish, but I like to cut it in half. And just be careful not to cut your pan. I didn't want to use a board. And then I'll just cut it like this. Just don't cut yourself. Another, and then now I will roast it, because we have a little bit of oil on the bottom, or you can use barbecue, or whatever you have available, or you can even put it in a toaster oven. That's fine too. Or if you don't want to deal with it, just put it in a microwave. But I like the crispiness of it and just have a nice crust, so I will roast it on a pan. So now we can turn it. Has a little bit of a crust, as you can see. And now the cuts that I made will open up the sausage, which is fun and looks nice. And now we can roast it from the other side, and then we can eat. Some of the sausages or hot dogs have more fat in it, so this one does not have much, so I added a little bit of oil. This looks good, so I will turn it off and peel some potatoes and serve it, and I can now eat. So I'm done, and it's beautiful. I have the sauce, the sausage, and the potatoes. And if you wanna, as I said, know how to make these potatoes, just check out the video. And now I can taste test it. I'm standing up because the table has now too much stuff. And I don't want to wait. I'm hungry. So let's have some sauce. But I will sit down and eat, so don't worry. Wow. I didn't expect the sausage to be spicy. Oh! No wonder there was a paprika on it. Now I know that it means hot paprika, hot pepper. But it's all good. It's nice cake because I'm using the sausages for the first time. It's so good. It's creamy. It's buttery, sweet and sour, but not really sour. It's more sweet. It's amazing buttery flavor. It's hard to describe. You just have to try it. And the lemon gives also nice touch, surprising nice touch. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know if you try it, and I hope you do, because like I said, it's easy. It's something I grew up with and I enjoyed even as a kid. I didn't mind peas and carrots. We were just used to eating more veggies. So I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I hope you enjoy my videos. If you do, subscribe on YouTube, like me on Facebook. I have an amazing group of people, and it's like one big family. So I hope you join, or Instagram, Twitter. Have a great day. Great rest of the day, guys. Bye.